welcome back. Danger lurks in Shanghai. It feels like we've only just arrived, but already we have angered the local actors, followed, threatened. Let's see what happens to our investigators and their allies on the next episode of Steady Rolling Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Okay, so you've just left the Shanghai Courier and are planning to head back to the hotel where Sir Edward is finishing his recuperation from his illness. And that's where we will join proceeding. You climb into the tuk-tuk, its metal frame shivering beneath you as the driver snaps the throttle. With a cough of oily smoke, the little machine lurches forward and you begin to be carried eastward along the Suzu River. Okay, hold tight. We're all very busy this morning. Suzu Riverside, we go quick. The tuk-tuk rattles forward a few feet. Then he adds with a grin, you want safe ride or fast ride? Cannot have both, mister.
Safe will be fine with me.
We're in no rush to meet our maker, so yes, safe.
No worry. I drive this road 10 years, only crash maybe 2 times.
It's very reassuring.
I'm checking behind us as we go.
The mid-morning haze softens the city's edges. Sunlight glints off the water in broken shards. The river smells of silt, coal dust, and the faint sweetness of drying fish. To your right, the warehouses crowd the riverbank, their brick walls darkened by years of soot. Labourers shout to one another as they haul crates, their voices mixing with the clatter of rickshaw bells and the impatient honk of motorcars. A pair of British policemen stand at a corner, statuesque in their immaculate uniforms, watching the chaos with practised calm. The tuk-tuk weaves through it all, past a needle vendor fanning charcoal embers, past a foreign sailor asleep against a lamppost, past laundry strung between balconies like faded prayer flags. The engine rattles beneath you, a constant vibration that seems to sync with the pulse of the city. As you approach the river's bend, the garden bridge rises ahead, a steel lattice of riveted beams stark and modern against the older colonial facades around it. Beyond it, the Bund begins to assert itself, grand banks and trading houses, all stone columns and carved cornices, monuments to foreign ambition. The tuk-tuk slows as it merges with the more orderly traffic of the international settlement. Your driver turns to you and he says, Astoria Meridian, yes, very fine place. Many big boss go there. You all big boss too? As the tuk-tuk slows down in front of the hotel.
Not a big boss, no.
Okay, he kind of skids to a halt outside the hotel. He extends his hand.
Pay the man, Jacob.
I'll pay him. What's he want?
Okay. It's only 25 yuan, which is like $0.25. Obviously, you can give him more if you want.
I'll give him a tip as well, but yeah.
Thank you. Good luck. Shanghai treats you nice today. And he floors the tuk-tuk and pulls off.
Well, no one shot at us, so he's probably right. Shanghai did shoot as well today.
Okay, head into the hotel, which is serenely quiet in contrast to the chaotic streets outside. I'm just going to head straight up to the room, eh?
Yeah, we'll get Sir Edward up to speed, assuming he's feeling up to it.
Yeah. Right, you head upstairs. Bear with me a second, sorry. Okay, you see, you head into your suite, top floor suite. You head into Sir Edward's room. You can see that he's still kind of curled up, asleep. The book of Dzian that he's reading and keeps retrieving from the case is, again, he's got it. It's kind of half cradled in his lap, but this time it seems to have like fallen from his grasp as he slept. And you see like a postcard that's fallen out of it.
I'll do the usual task of taking it, putting it back in the chest, but I'll read the postcard. Is it?
I'll just show you. Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find it. I've lost it.
Maybe it's one of those naughty ones from Margate.
Okay, the postcard is entitled RAF Rutbar Wells, Western Desert, Iraq. It has a picture of a biplane and with the logo from when your ship is for when your ship is as thirsty as you are, with a picture of a plane coming into land on a strip in the middle of the desert. But oddly, there are some odd scribblings and scrawlings that appears that Sir Edward has added to the postcard.
An
Hopefully,
two anks. Yeah, an eye.
It's the eye of light and darkness.
That's
Okay, Sir Edward, you start to kind of come round with the others present around you. You see them all standing in front of you, lucky with a postcard that you recognise as the bookmark that you're using for the Book of Xian, which actually is no longer on the bed next to you.
Yeah. Morning, gentlemen.
How are you feeling?
Well, seems the rumours of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Better than I was, but not quite tip-top yet. What day is it here?
I'm sorry?
The day today? Just trying to remember.
It's Saturday, 25th of April.
Saturday. Well, it seems that I must have been out for, at least a day. Not good at all. How do you fare?
No, we're all good. We've been out and about.
Lucky you've recovered from your malady.
Yes, thankfully. No lasting effects, other than, shall we say, a desire not to taste the local cuisine quite yet. Even during your illness, you seemed remarkably connected to the tome. A number of times I've had to retrieve it from your slumbering body, shall we say, and put it back into safekeeping. Any insights? Notice that your bookmark appears to have some markings on it. I can't say they mean anything to me, but perhaps they might mean something to you. Something of value to us, perhaps?
I sort of remember reading the book, but it's been on my mind quite a lot these last few weeks. Yeah, let me have a look at the postcard.
I'll hand it over.
That is nice of those RAF chaps to pass it on. Little keepsake. But this writing, I wasn't on there before.
Well, we'd assumed you'd written it.
I'll look down at my fingers, see if there's any ink on my fingers.
Yeah, there is some staining on your fingers. Dried.
Slightly disconcerting. Don't remember writing anything on the card.
Perhaps you ought to ease off on reading these books. It's obviously having an impact on you. If you're writing with no memory of it, that could be the first indication of some kind of psychotic break, could it not? I'm no head doctor.
Indeed.
What do you recall of your studies, Sir Edward?
The book is still a mystery to me. I've learned a fair amount, but there is still more work to do. But it seems as though maybe some of the information has made its way into my mind already. Strange symbols. The Eye of Ra, obviously. I need to refresh myself on my Egyptian mythology.
I think Lucky's right, Sir Edward. I think a break from the book may be healthy.
Maybe just a short one. Look out the window. What time of day is it?
It's midday-ish.
Well, I must say I'm rather peckish.
I'll look on a bed stand for Sir Edward's watch, seeing it, give it back to him so he can tell what time of day it is.
He needs to wind it.
Well, we haven't eaten, so we should head downstairs maybe, where we can discuss things. You feeling up to eating?
I should think a couple of boiled eggs and some steamed rice, maybe.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
I don't think I'll go for the seafood just yet.
Right, you're having your own rum afterwards.
Would have thought a decade in Egypt would have given me a stronger stomach, but maybe different spices, different little fellows rolling around in our stomachs over here.
Could I use my... Is it a cult? It's not really a cult, is it? I was going to say use my occult knowledge to try and identify the symbols. We've got an ankh, we've got the eye, the two maybe pyramids, but one of them appears to have a marking and the plus sign next to it on the right of the...
Okay.
It's a triangle with something inside it, isn't it? And then a plus sign, and the other one is like a
Well, it's just a sort of it's a triangle with no bottom to it, so like an upwards pointing chevron. Interestingly, the anks are the right way up rather than upside down, which means
I mean,
not cult.
come on, Lucky. Briggsy knows what that is. That's a corporal. Lance corporal at that. Couple more and you got a sarge.
Indeed.
None of you, with your combined occult and or other esoteric knowledge, can have any more insight into those scrawlings than you can deduce yourselves.
Mm.
Yes, it is mystery indeed. It must have been born from the writings in the book.
What's the building in the photo in the postcard?
We've got
That
all-
was the fort at Rutbo Wells. I know it was a bit of a daze when we stopped through. It was only just to refill the that Vickers Vernon.
Is it
But,
a modern
no,
building?
is
Is it a modern building?
not particularly, I don't think. It's just a desert oasis, as I recall.
Would there have been
Okay.
pyramids in that? Would there have been pyramids in that location years ago?
Possibly.
We've had no reference to activity in Iraq so far, have we?
No.
It wouldn't be Egyptian pyramids, Mesopotamian. I think it was probably more the fact that it was just a convenient place for my uncontrolled scribblings. Or controlled.
That's fair.
I prefer to think of
And
them
maybe
as
no
uncontrolled.
no significance to the paper, but significance to what was written on it. Let's go and get something to eat.
Okay, you're going to head down.
You can tell me how you've been
Absolutely.
getting on.
Over lunch.
Okay.
We've got to go back and see Mr. Chang later this afternoon, haven't we? He asked us to come back before closing time. Mustn't forget.
At the Shanghai Courier, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, if we have a nice, luxurious lunch, we can head over there. We'll be well in time.
We need to be mindful of our movements, given that they're aware that we're in the city.
Well, that is damned inconvenient news. Who's aware?
Whichever branch of the cult is active in Shanghai, somebody has been asking after us.
Someone called
Knew our
Carl
names.
Stanford. Does that name mean anything to you, Sir Edward?
No, not off the top of my head. When you say asking after us, that's all of us or just you three?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
Can you remember
My,
what she said?
my involvement might have been quiet for a
I
bit
think
longer.
they
Well, we were told that he knew us by name, but nothing more specific, I think, than that.
Who you told, Boy?
You've made your way down to the restaurant and you're sitting waiting for the waiters to come and serve you, which they do presently. The restaurant's cool and has a kind of a lovely calmness about it. Low conversations amongst the patrons, and a nice kind of soothing background flute music.
Well, just realised, gentlemen, we've rather double booked ourselves. We'd arranged to meet Ms. Ling at the museum today at 4:45, and Mr. Chang shortly before closing time at the Courier.
oops. Well, why are you doing not phone Chang? I'm assuming the courier has a telephone and rearrange.
That or splitting us into two groups.
No.
How far is the museum from the Courier?
The museum is. Hold on, I will tell you now. It's number 22,
Oh, yeah.
and the Courier is number. No, it's different. 14. So it's about 14 to 22. So it's about half a mile.
Okay.
Not that far, really.
Could make it if the meetings are quick.
Well, perhaps we could go and see Ms. Ling first and bring her with us.
Introduces risk for her.
I don't know. I kind of feel we should meet Miss Ling, learn everything we can from her, and cut her loose. Because otherwise, we're going to be fishing her out of a river.
Yeah. Fair.
Depends, isn't it? She might be super useful. We can send her back out to learn more, but it's a risk for her.
Well,
We signed up for this.
she didn't. I don't want any more innocent people being hurt. Said to Sir Edward, I don't like the idea of us splitting, if possible. But what does everybody else think? We can rearrange, we can try to time it, or we can split up.
I would
Try to
agree.
time. Try to time it. Let's just crack
Um,
on.
And if possible, warn Mr. Chang that we could be slightly delayed. Seems the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. In which case, Jacob, if you could phone him, seeing as you seem to have the best relationship with him, and then we will head to see Miss Lang first, and then we will go to the courier afterwards.
I'll just pop out to reception and make the call.
Okay.
Just try and put it back an hour or so.
Well, Mr. Chang comes onto the phone fairly quickly.
Mr. Chang, it's
Afternoon.
good afternoon. It's Mr. Lockhart. We were due to see you around about closing time. Would it be possible to put things back by perhaps an hour?
Well, you want me to work late on a Saturday, do you?
Or
Of
perhaps
course.
we could meet somewhere else if it's more convenient.
Well, how about I just call you when I've got the information that you if I rather than you having to make your way back over here again.
That would be a sensible suggestion. So yes, I expect we'll be back at the hotel this evening.
What time will you be in?
I think we'll be back here by 6:30, maybe 7:00.
Well, if I call you after 7, then I might have gone home myself by then. But I'll call you then. That's the easiest option all round.
Thank you. That's very kind. We'll speak to you later. Thank you.
No problem. So have a good afternoon.
You too. Right. So I'll come back into the restaurant. So we don't need to see him. He's going to call us here after 7. So
Excellent. Let's get some lunch, and then
You're already eating lunch now. Sorry, you're at in the restaurant currently.
let's get our second lunch. You said luxurious, did you not, Albert?
Yeah.
I did.
Brady's making a hell of a lot of noise for someone who's trying to lie low. What's he playing at?
Well, maybe he's not of right mind.
I
It's difficult to lay low when you've got noises in your head.
can't shake the feeling that someone's out to get him. That maybe
No,
he
absolutely.
is trying to lie low, but trouble's followed him.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
I think we've stumbled into something that's already going on. That we might have triggered, I hasten to add.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so your plan is to finish your lunch, and then so by that time you're going to be looking at maybe 1:00, 1:30, something along those lines.
Yeah, we'll take the opportunity to fill Sir Edward in on everything that's happened while he's been out of action.
Okay.
Thank you. I was about to ask the same.
You have a long leisurely lunch then, which will take you to about 2:00, filling in with the various details of what happened. Do you want to do anything else then between the hours of 2 and 5, which is when you're supposed to be meeting Miss Lee Madam Lee at the museum? Miss Lee, even.
We could go and see whether we can gain access to the Saturday, isn't it? Mind you, the Port Authority should be open on Saturday. It's not like the harbour closes. We could go and see whether we can gain access to the logs for arrivals and departures.
Yeah, we might as well. It shouldn't take too long, should it?
No.
Okay.
And just have a look along the docks to see whether the Dark Mistress is actually in port.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you finish up, and then you're going to head out to the Bund then to try and find the Harbour Master's office. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you step back outside again into the coffiny. Are you going to walk, or are you going to go tuk-tuk?
Let's walk. We're killing time.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've got time, haven't we? I was thinking exactly the same, mate.
Walk off lunch.
Both of them.
Yeah. Sir Edward can go behind if he's had those eggs.
Oh dear. Right. You stride out. It's early afternoon. The sound of rickshaws clattering over cobblestones as you walk east towards the short journey towards the Bund. Tram bells ring somewhere in the distance. Pedestrians on either side of the street. A rickshaw puller suddenly glances over his shoulder and stops. A newspaper vendor nearby is abruptly calling out headlines. Up ahead, a well-dressed Chinese businessman suddenly gets out of a chauffeured Buick and as he does so, suddenly 3 men burst from a nearby alleyway, and you see a shot. There's a man, one of the 3 men, who is literally probably no more than about 5 feet away from the bespectacled businessman. Literally shoots him in the chest at point blank range, and then he falls to the ground, and another one of the 3 bends over and shoots him in the head as he's lying on the ground. Basically, everybody just starts screaming. The crowds begin to part, and the third of the 3 that burst out of the alleyway bends down and just shoves something into the chest of the man, and then you see the 3 men just all run. Oh, they begin to run off in different directions. What are you going to do?
We see what went into the chest.
You can't see. But you can go.
I'll go over to him as if I was going to try and help.
Okay. They just melt into the crowd. The 3 men. They all you could see. It happened so quickly. They were wearing plain clothes, not really anything discernible.
All Chinese?
Pardon?
All Chinese.
Yeah, you think so. So that happened pretty quickly, but you got a pretty good glimpse of all of them. You think they were all Chinese. The man's lying on the ground with his briefcase next to him. There's about as a group of people around, and suddenly a whistle starts to blow, and you see 2 policemen running down the pavement towards you.
I'll see if I can secrete whatever it was they pushed into his chest to pocket it.
Meanwhile, I'm going to try and stay at the side of the street, out of the way of the commotion.
Yeah.
Scanning the crowd to see if anyone is watching what happened who may appear other than just an innocent bystander.
So you're doing that. What's Lucky and Bert doing?
I'm staying back, getting ready to to move away and melt into the crowd in the same way that everybody else is trying to do. I do not want to get engaged in a conversation with the authorities.
What about you, Bert?
I instinctively put my hand to my gun and then realised that is an error and try to stick close to Lucky and fade away.
Okay. Right. So, Jacob, you bend down over over the stricken man's body. You're kind of more or less the first one there. You were pretty close to the incident when it happened. And you're going to try and grab whatever it is that was thrust at him and see whether you can secrete it on your person.
Yeah, with one hand and the other, I'll check his pulse. Make a bit of a show of it.
Yeah. Okay. You check his pulse and it's fading very quickly. You see his gunshot has been shot in the chest and in the head. He's got no. You with your rudimentary medical knowledge, he's got no chance of survival. You don't think? So I'll show you what you put. It's a piece of paper that's been thrust inside his jacket. So you pull it out. You're going to look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, no. I'm going to just pocket it and then try and disappear into the crowd if I can.
So can you make a sleight of hand roll?
Ooh. Probably not, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, so close.
No.
Oh, okay. No. Even with the 13, you were not the man for this task.
No.
Well, okay. I would lay odds that there is not one amongst us who has a skill of sleight of hand greater than 10.
You would be wrong. That would have been a really, really good success for me.
Really?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. The one of the first constables says to you, "Oh, you there? Stop! What is that?"
They pushed it. They pushed it into his pocket as they leant over him. I'll open it up and look at it as I show it to the police officer.
Okay. I will show you what you see. Mm-hmm. You see a plain piece of paper with the words "Traitors who sell China to foreign powers will face the people's justice" typed on it.
He's dead, officer. I thought I might be able to help him, but he's beyond help.
Did you see them? Where? How many of them were they? What did they look like?
Didn't really see.
Where did they go?
I don't know, officer. I didn't see. There were people everywhere and shots. It was chaos. I think there were 3 of them. I really didn't see them, though, officer, other than that. I was focusing on this unfortunate gentleman here.
Okay, he looks down at him. The other one kind of checks his pulse, and he nods, says he's gone. You didn't see the shooters. How many of them were there?
Three, I think, officer. There were two of them that actually both shot. One in the chest, and I think the other one was in the head.
What were they wearing? He's got his notepad out. Did they say anything?
I was too far away. I really didn't see, officer. I saw three men. They had guns. They shot. Then they disappeared. As I say, I was focusing on this poor gentleman rather than his assailants. I'm really sorry, officer. I don't think I can help.
The other officer says to his colleague, "Bloody New China, bloody New China lot, I'd wager." Right, you, and you. One of the three is pointing to you. We're going to need statements.
Well, whatever I can do to help, officer.
You'll have to accompany me back to the station, I'm afraid.
All right.
You were here. That makes you a witness.
Did he point at any? Who else did he point at?
A couple of the other people that are in the group around two of the Chinese people. Presently, a tuk-tuk pulls up, and the policeman, it's a police tuk-tuk, and they gesture for you to get in with the other two strangers that are also being asked to be summoned to the police station to take a statement. You're just going to get in?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's only Jacob that needs to get in.
Yes, sorry. Just me.
Yeah, you just randomly...
Let's go get in.
Oh, thanks for the lift, officer.
After this, could you take us to a couple of the sites, please? Because we'll take us on a bit of a tour. Thank you.
I misheard. For some reason, I had it in my head that we were going to get something to get out of there.
Okay, the tuk-tuk just drives off with Jacob in the back.
And that was the last time we saw him. I assume we might as well just continue and meet. He'll make his own way back to the hotel.
100%. He can look after himself.
He knows where we'll be for the next couple of hours anyway. Maybe he'll catch us up.
Yeah. Let's carry on our walk.
Okay.
I'll walk over to join the others and carry on with them.
Okay. There is quite a few police around now, and they've made a ring around the unfortunate deceased businessman. And there's also they're also trying to right a tuk-tuk that seemed to roll over as part of the overall chaos that was the result of this attack. You head to the harbour master. Okay. You follow the curve of the road until you see the Bund, and then it's not very difficult to follow the signs on the riverside to the harbour master's office, which is a modest utilitarian structure compared to its neighbours. The exterior is built of grey stone that's darkened from the years of river mist. Tall plain windows and a short flight of steps that lead up to some wooden doors. As a brass plaque outside identifies the office, although the lettering is dulled and could use polishing. A single lantern above the entrance. Gonna head inside?
Yep, if it's open.
Yeah.
Okay, it is open. Okay, you head inside. There's nobody in here. It's quiet. Obviously, it is a Saturday, so not a lot going on. You can hear the faint clatter of typewriters from beyond another door. Muffled voices from the staff.
Is this a reception area, is it?
Yeah.
Is there a bell?
There is indeed a bell. Just about to tell you that there is just a table in the centre of the room with a bell on it.
I shall hit the bell.
Okay. Presently, a harbour master's clerk, a Chinese gentleman, probably in his late 20s, early 30s, comes through from the back room. He smiles. How can I help you today, sir?
Good afternoon. I was wondering whether the records for arrivals and departures for the harbour were publicly accessible, and if so, could I have a look, please?
Of course, they are publicly accessible. They are not to be removed from the building.
No. Is there an area that that we could look at them, or would you bring them out to here?
I will bring them to you now. So you wait here.
Thank you.
How far back do you wish to go?
Last, what do we think? 8 years?
8 years?
Oh gosh.
A very long time.
I was thinking, how old was the expedition was 5+ years ago, wasn't it?
The what? Sorry.
Let's go 6 months on burn from
You
there.
think 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. What was
Okay.
the date on the? Do we have a date on the photograph?
There's no date on the photograph. No.
The reason why I was going back that far was because I was interested if anything had been happening prior to the expedition, the original expedition.
Oh, I completely understand, and we know that we want to go at least 3 years, but I just think let's just start and see how we get on.
That's fair. That's fair. Particularly if we do. What did you say? 6 months.
Yeah.
That would at least tell us whether they are still active.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
How fresh is this? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He
perhaps
comes.
perhaps underestimating the amount of traffic that there would be in the harbour over the last 8 years.
It's a big port, is my understanding. So
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
roll.
My mistake.
It's an enormous port. So yeah. Even six, when he comes out with the records of 6 months, you see like 3 massive tomes of a record. So yeah, it would be quite a task to bring through 8 years, and also quite a task to go through 8 years worth of records. But
Yeah, we've got an appointment to make.
he plonks the heavy volumes down on the table in front of you, and he just smiles. Says, "Take your time. I will be back just through there."
Thank you.
Just to the door. You're gonna look through.
How many are there? 2, 3,
3. Well, the
Three
3 volumes.
Take one each.
One
Two of
each.
them
Lovely job.
Two of them are full, and one of them is about a quarter full.
Good
Okay.
news to work with.
I'll take the quarter full one.
Yeah. I was going to say good news, sir. Edward, you get a full one.
So what are we looking for?
We're looking for any references to
The Dark,
yes,
Dark Princess, was that?
yes.
The Dark Princess.
Do you know if the ship has always been called that?
That's all we know about it.
Got a name, mate.
And that was shipping goods for, I'll say this under my breath, Ho Fang.
We don't
even
know.
that, mate.
All we know is that it has some significance.
Okay.
Find the ship.
So you're going to try and do this in a reasonably quick time, or do you not care how long it's going to take you to do?
How long have we got? Is probably my question.
Until the 5 o'clock meeting, you've got about a couple of hours, I would say, but you've obviously got to get there.
We want to try and get it done in an hour then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the record?
That's the target.
This is unlikely, I know, but do the records include the name of the owner or just the ship?
The records seem to some of them include the name of the owner.
In which
not
case, we
all
should
of
look. We should
Some
look
of them-
for the references to Alfred Penhurst, as well as the Dark Mistress. He may own other ships.
Are you looking for the Dark Mistress? You said the Dark Princess earlier.
Did I? Sorry, the Dark Mistress.
Okay, good. Well, I was just about to make you look for something completely the wrong ship for 2 hours, or for an hour. So, okay,
Dark
the Dark
Mistress,
Mistress and Alfred Penhurst. Yeah.
Which idiot said princess?
I have no idea. But I can prove it with going back over the recording.
Can you all make a libraries roll then, please? If you were taking a long time to do this, then you could painstakingly go through every single entry, and you wouldn't make a roll. But when you're trying to do it fairly quick,
I'm going to go through mine painstakingly because it's only a quarter of the length of theirs.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Right. Sir Edward,
Still feeling a bit groggy.
I always thought I used to like libraries.
Oh my god.
has nobody passed?
No,
Well, I've rolled 91, so no.
yeah, 85.
I was hoping not to roll because I'm being painstaking with my much shorter one in the time I've got available.
I'll give you a bonus die for that.
Don't blame the player, blame the game. 17.
Oh.
Okay.
That's just a regular success, but
What
me
about
try
your
it.
bonus tie?
I'm going to try it.
Hmm.
17. Yeah, it's a regular success.
Okay. It turns out that you have the volume that makes sense because it's the newest one, because that's why it's only partially completed.
Yeah.
So you're looking at only like the last just over a month's worth of records. Okay.
Yep.
The Dark Mistress appears 4 times in the month.
Wow,
It
so it's
appear-
not travelling that far then.
So the Dark Mistress arrives roughly once a week. According to the notation in the ledger, it arrives usually at dusk, and then it departs before midnight on the same day.
It's a quick turnaround.
And the last time it was here was last Monday. Monday just gone, so 5 days ago.
You say it does it every week.
Every
So-
week, yeah.
Every week,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it should come back again in the next couple of days.
It looks like it is. I mean, it's not exactly a week every time, but it's more or less. It's usually like either 7 or 8 days. But it seems to be at the same mooring every time, which is mooring 3674J. Remarks in the ledger are exactly what you said. Short turnaround, noted several times by the harbour master's clerk and staff. The captain is listed as a Jules Savoyard. Jules as in Jules, Jules, and then Savoyard, Savo yard.
Did you say the mooring was 3674J?
3674J, yeah.
Okay. That's all we need to know, is it not?
I think so.
We should take a stroll along to that mooring and see whether there's any warehouses nearby. Probably a big one with Ho Fang written across it.
Due in a couple of days then.
Yes.
Monday.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that you? Is that?
Yeah,
you
I'll
finished?
go. I'll go and knock on the door and thank the gentleman. Say we're finished with the records.
He nods and thanks you, and then takes the records back.
Yeah. Thank you very much for your time, and we shall leave. Take a stroll. Do we have time for a stroll?
You have about half an hour to spare before you have to head to the museum, so you can stroll to the museum. But I guess you're going to go along. You want to go have a walk along the Wangpu River?
Well, I want to try and find the mooring,
Mm.
and then if we're running out of time, then we'll get a tuk-tuk to the meeting.
Right, I'll come back to you in a second. Okay. So, Jacob, you get taken to the nearest police station, which is not far from where you actually stay. If you know where number 12 is, that's the American consulate. There's actually a police station right next door to that, behind it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's literally just round the corner from where your hotel is. You're just asked. You're taken along to the police station. You're just put in a room with the other 3, and then you're just asked to make a statement as to what you saw, which is basically what you already told them. But it's just got to be written down, and then you've got to sign it so that it's. They ask you for a description, so of what the men look like. Do they have any distinguishing features?
I'll do my best to help, but I'm not sure I saw very much.
Can you make a spot hidden roll for me, please?
That is a success. It's a hard success.
Oh, it's a hard success, is it? Okay.
Mm.
So as you're beginning to kind of try and recollect what you saw, you remember being when one of the men extended his arm with the gun to shoot the man in the head. The second assassin, you remember seeing a red band on his wrist. It's only just come back to you now in all the hullabaloo and chaos. Are you going to tell them that?
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Okay. They nod, and then one of the policemen looks at the other in a kind of knowing way.
What does that mean, officers? You clearly registered with you.
Vigilante group, political. It's the New China group, causing all sorts of a ruckus here. How long have you been here?
Oh, not long. Is it something I should be worried about?
Well, yes and no. They generally tend to target rich Chinese businessmen who they feel have sold out. So, but occasionally tourists do get caught up. You were lucky you were close today. It could have been worse for you.
Who was their victim? Who was the poor chap?
I'm afraid we can't just divulge that currently. Suffice it to say, he was fitting of that description that I just gave you as being a Chinese businessman who has his finger in maybe a few too many pies.
He certainly looked the part.
Anyway, all we need you to do is just start. If you can just sign your statement here, and can you just fill in your hotel address here, please, if we need to, in case we need to contact you again.
I'll do that. Am I free to go now, officers?
Of course. Thank you for your cooperation. And yeah, if anything, if you remember anything else, then you know where we are.
Well, I will, and I wish you every success in your investigation. I do hope you can bring them to justice.
Yeah, fat chance of that, but we can only try, can't we? Okay, you're going to go out of the police station. Then when are you going to go to then?
I will. Is it sort of? I'll head toward the museum, I think. So.
Okay. Yeah, you haven't actually been there particularly long, but you estimate you've probably got an. Well, you just look at your watch. It's 4:00. You've got an hour till you need to be at the museum.
I'll take a relatively leisurely walk and keep my eyes peeled for anyone who might be following me as I go.
Okay. Can you roll percentile dice for me, please? Tell me what you get.
28.
28. Okay, thank you very much. Meanwhile, the other three of you, so you're going to take a stroll along the Bund, the Wang Pu, to try and find the mooring 3674J. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Right. Excuse me. Can everybody see the map on roll 20?
Yes.
Cool. So the Harbour Master's office is here, right on that corner there. Do you see that?
Yep. Got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You take a look at the moorings, and you quickly work out that the mooring that must be in this direction.
Okay, a bit further east. Yep.
So you wander east until you get to here.
Okay, that's not too bad.
And right on the corner of that large warehouse, there's lots of warehouses that are all kind of the whole of the side of the river. Each, as you can imagine, the whole of the dock area is just completely covered in warehouses.
Yep.
There's no craft at the mooring currently. What do you want to do?
Well, I should have a bit of a nose, a delicate one at the warehouses. That any of them got names
Okay,
on.
yeah.
It's going to be difficult if they're written in a language you don't understand, of course.
Well, it's because it's the international settlement. A lot of them will have, if they have got Chinese, they'll also have English as well.
Excellent.
Okay, the one that's directly next to the mooring that you've looked at is a business called Rothwell Maritime Holdings. You look to the left and right. Then Oriental Export Trust Freight Godone and Sino-Baltic Mercantile Storage Depot.
What was the second one?
Oriental Export Trust Freight Godone. The last word is God, exactly as it's spelled. There's a couple of smaller warehouses that are visible from where you stand. One's called Jinglong Commodities Storehouse. And then there's a small kind of ramshackle shed that says Shen and Brothers Riverfront Depot.
What was what was the Sino one again? Sorry, I didn't.
Which one, sorry? Sino-Baltic Mercantile Storage Depot.
Well, nothing jumps out at me.
Well, the obvious next step is to go and see the records office and see who owns those businesses.
Mm-hmm.
In it.
Okay. What are you doing now? Are you just gonna
Keep walking?
What? Which way?
I've got to turn around and head to the museum.
Okay, you're gonna go back.
Keeping an eye out as we go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just check something a minute. So, am I right in saying that all four of you now, are obviously a group of three, and then Jacob are heading towards the museum? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can I get Bert to make a percentile roll for me, please?
I have rolled 15.
Okay. Good. Okay. After your outing to the Harbour Master's office, and Jacob, your stay over at the police station. You're there first, Jacob. You arrive at the museum about 20 to 5.
Is there any sign of Miss Lee?
No, not yet. What you can do is go in and hang about looking at the exhibits.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Right, okay. Presently, you stayed close enough to the front, I guess, so that you can see when the others arrive, which they do in due course at about 10 to 5. You see Jacob just standing in the foyer looking at some of the foyer exhibits as you enter the museum.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Any success at the harbour?
Yes, yes. The ship has been active in the last few weeks, actually, and comes and goes on a weekly basis. It's probably due back on Monday, maybe Tuesday. Comes in at dusk, leaves just gone midnight. We have a mooring number for it,
Turnaround.
and we have the names for the of the warehouses closest to it. So very productive. How was your time in the police station?
Well, I was able to to establish what I probably already knew as well, is that the assassin put a piece of paper in the chap's pocket which said, "Traitors who sell China to foreign powers will face the people's justice." The police were a little tight-lipped, but it's pretty obvious it was New China who were behind it. I saw one of those red bands on the assassin's wrist, and they told me the victim was a Chinese businessman who had a finger in many pies. Apparently, that's the one of the group's more favoured victims is Chinese businessmen who they perceive have sold out.
And your witness statement, did you use your real name?
Yes,
What details did they take?
Well, they've got they know I'm staying at the hotel, but I think we're pretty public at the moment anyway. Stanford certainly seems to know a lot about us.
True. Although, yeah, I guess it's only a matter of time before our location is found either via an informant at the police or by them using their contacts at the international hotels.
We could always consider moving. It might be no bad thing to move around a little anyway.
Yes, I think so. Well, let's move tomorrow then.
Okay. You wait in the foyer, I presume?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So 5 o'clock comes and goes.
She's late.
Well, I here's hoping that there's not an unfortunate reason for that.
It gets to 5:15 and there's still no sign of her.
Give it till past, then we'll leave.
Okay. Yeah, I mean half past comes around and there's still no sign of her. The amount of people in the museum is thinning out, so almost as everybody's beginning to leave now. So, but yeah, there's no sign of.
Time does it shut?
Closes at 5:30.
No, we'll have to leave them.
Concerned. I think we've put her in danger, haven't we?
Yes, unfortunately so. Perhaps, well, there's nothing we can do now except wait for her to contact us.
Yes, indeed. Let's hope if she has found trouble, she's managed to escape. There's know someone.
So you're back outside the museum now. Where are you heading next?
Back to the hotel, I think, are we not? That's the thing else we're going to do.
Okay.
Wait for a phone call.
Have another meal.
Or we could call Chang directly.
Well, he said that he would call. Did he not? I don't know.
Yeah.
What did he say, Jacob?
About 7. So if we head back now, we'll be in plenty of time.
Let's do that. Also, I'd like us to stay close to the hotel now, because if people do know where we are, then our the chest is at risk, at least until we can get it into a bank on Monday.
Good point.
Head back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we ought to try and find Ms. Lee if she doesn't contact us this evening?
No, because if she's all right, she'll either contact us or she's gone to ground and doesn't want to be found. If she's in serious trouble, then there's probably very little we'll be able to do to assist her, and in fact may put her in even greater danger by trying to find her. I think we just wait.
And if she's been caught, and
Well, we don't know. We don't know. Well, we don't know, but we wait for them to contact us if that is the case, because we don't know who would have taken her. And if they wanted to take her, they could have taken her previously, unless they were using her as bait to find out where we are staying. Either way, I think our leads are limited. There are other more productive things we could be doing with our time.
Okay, journey back from the museum to the hotel passes uneventfully. And again, you're back in the hotel now. So are you planning on eating in the restaurant?
Room service. Room service.
Yes. Okay.
Starting to feel a bit wounded. Let's room service.
Okay. You go up to you order room service from your room, and then you're just awaiting the call from Mr. Chang. Yeah.
Yeah, waiting for a call, basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Who was it who put us in touch with Miss Lee? Was that Chang?
Yes, it was one.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that?
Was it Chang who put us in touch with Miss Lee in the first place?
Yes, it was.
So we could ask him. He would have better contact point for her. So if he's heard from her.
Yeah.
Okay. You finish your meal, and you're sat around, just staring at the phone, waiting for it to ring. Exactly at 7 o'clock, the phone begins to ring.
It's nothing if not punctual. I'll go over and answer it. Good evening.
Good evening, it's reception in. Is that Mr. Lockhart?
It is, yes.
I have a gentleman by the name of Mr. Chang on the phone for you.
Oh, thank you. Please put him through.
You hear a click.
Mr. Chang?
Jacob? Anthony.
Good evening.
You can dispense with the Chang. It's Anthony from now on.
Anthony. Thank you. Jacob
your
will be
day been?
fine. Rather too exciting. We witnessed a murder in the street earlier.
Really?
Yes. It's pretty clear it was the New China group. Some unfortunate businessmen.
I did hear there was some incident. Yes, you were there, were you?
We were. He was gunned down in the street.
It's become all too common lately, unfortunately. I told you that this is the sort of thing that went on here. But you obviously you were safe. You stayed away, did you?
Yes. Well, we weren't injured. Yes. Got caught up with the police in terms of making a statement, but other than that, we weren't involved.
Oh well, bad luck. That's probably put a dampener on your day.
Have you heard from Miss Lee today?
Why would I have?
Well, I was due to meet her at the museum late afternoon, and she didn't attend. I'm rather concerned for her.
I wouldn't take that too personally. She's good, but she's easily distracted. She has stood me up on more than one occasion. She'll turn up, or one of her cards with some cryptic message on it.
But if she contacts you, you will tell us, will it? Won't you?
Of course I will. Of course. But she has no reasons to contact me though, so don't worry. She'll be fine. She's done her job for a long time here. She knows the pitfalls and the dangers. Anyway, what was I ringing you for? Yes, you're asking about this order.
Yes. Have you discovered anything?
Yes and no. I haven't discovered anything about the order itself other than what I've already told you. But I have learned that there is someone in the city who you might want to talk to.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit annoyed with myself that I didn't think of her previously. But yes, there's someone in the city who knows probably more than anybody else about old stories and hidden cults. Her name is Madame Lin.
Madame Lin.
Yes, she's quite formidable. A woman who built herself from nothing. Her family was poor, but she clawed her way up from the only profession available to her, if you understand my meaning. But she didn't just survive it, she mastered it. And people talk to her, you see. They always have. Men with power, secrets, unburdening themselves to a sympathetic ear. The word is that she's learned how to draw out what they didn't mean to say. That talent made her a famous courtesan, and then a madam with flower houses in every major treaty port. She's your lady if you want to be speaking to her. If you want to be finding out anything about old cults and rituals, and if she doesn't know, then no one will. It's not just gossip she collects. You see, she has a deep interest in folklore, superstition, and old stories. So, if your order is still active here, then Madame Lim may know more.
Most helpful, Anthony. Where can we find her?
Her house is in the old city in Yu Yuan Road. That's the House of Quiet Repose is the name of her dwelling.
House of Quiet Repose.
Yu Yuan Road in the old city. Just one word of warning, Jacob. Just make sure that you're respectful. She's powerful in ways that aren't written down, if you understand me. and she didn't rise to where she is today by being kind.
I think I know what you mean, Anthony. And yes, we'll be very careful and respectful.
I'm not sure how easy you'll find it to get an audience with her. You may have to fabricate some sort of cover story to pique her interest, but I'll leave that up to you.
Right. Thank you, Anthony. That's most helpful.
Yes, apologies. I should have thought of her before, but that's why I employ staff. You see, my memory isn't what it used to be.
Well, that's a very helpful lead, Anthony. So I'm sure we'll follow that one up.
If you ever wanted to meet up for a drink or anything, or you and your colleagues, then by all means, you know where I am.
We will. Well, that will be most welcome. So yes, I'm sure we'll be in touch.
I'll wave at Jacob and hold up a finger.
Oh, just bear with me, Anthony. I think Sir Edward has something he might want to ask, or what is it?
Just checking that the arrangements for the transfer are going ahead through our delicate channels.
I'll hand the phone over. Perhaps you might want to speak to him directly. Yeah, Sir Edward.
Well, I haven't heard anything, Sir Edward. Where's the transfer coming from?
You'll be notified through the Foreign Office. One of their accounts. I'll have the money transferred through an intermediary in London.
Yes. Well, as I said, I'm happy to facilitate it. I haven't heard anything yet. So yeah, by all means.
Yes. Once I manage to make arrangements, they should contact you.
Excellent. That's no problem at all. Okay, well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, Chip.
Good evening. Puts the phone down.
What I got to say is it reminds me I need to make a phone call.
Okay.
Done it, yesterday, but I was a little bit distracted.
You want to make a phone call now, do you?
Probably would be a good idea. Must be, 8 hours in front? Make it 11.
Who do you want to call?
Bentley. Warren Hall. Or he should be around.
Okay.
With the way that the telephones work in the hotel, would they be listened in through reception? Someone listening?
No, they have to. You have to tell them. They'll try and place the call for you, but once the call's been connected, they won't listen in. Well, no, they can't listen in.
I'm just trying to think how much we'd need in the way of funds.
Have you, in terms of money though? Have you actually? You've the amount that you've got is what I've already told you, isn't it? £600 whatever it is.
And that's in cash with me.
You got assets as well, but
okay. So wouldn't be able to raise any more cash. Instead, I don't have any more cash available. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, the amount that you've got of £600, or was it $600? I can't remember what I said you had. $600, wasn't it?
Dollars.
Yeah, which is about, in today's money, is about $9,000. That's the money that you can get your hands on in cash. Yeah, anything else will involve you having to. You've obviously got a lot of assets that are worth more than that. Yeah, but you have to liquidise.
Yeah, so that would take time.
But I mean, obviously, if you want to put Bentley, if you want to begin that process to try and liquidise some of your assets, then that's fine. But you still got $600, which is a fair amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so not as urgent as it could have been.
Oh, it's as urgent as you think it is. I mean, I think the conversation was that you're going to be okay whilst you're here. It's when you start, if you feel like you've got to start moving on somewhere else, and obviously paying for so probably not something that's, unless you've got to suddenly start splashing out huge amounts of money, then that might be a different kettle of fish then.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll ask him I'll put him on notice that at some stage.
Yeah. Okay.
We may need $1,000.
Okay.
Once you've finished,
before we move on.
Once you've finished reading one of the books, we can use it as an in to meet this lady who's interested in folklore. We could sell it to her. We wouldn't need it anymore. She's rich. That would probably cover us for a trip to Australia.
Certainly an idea. What about any of these mundane items?
Well, we don't need to worry about it right now, do we? Just thinking that the books.
Yeah, just looking at it, it was $425 that you've got. That you can get your hands on in ready money, as it were. Which obviously you wouldn't have all in cash carrying it around with you, or even in a safe. But that's That's the total liquidized assets that you've got. You can also spend up to $50 a day as well, which again is
So the $50 a day is just sort of living
yeah, that's
expenses that would be counted.
exactly that. So you don't even,
425 is for extra expenses.
yeah, you don't even eat into that 425 unless you end up spending more than 50 a day. So you're going to be struggling to spend $50 a day at the moment. So you're not really going to be in into much. Whereas the other guys have only got $10 a day that they can spend.
Yeah, and I've already burned through loads of mine giving it to hookers.
Always the same, isn't it, Simon?
Yeah, are we talking in character?
Yeah,
Right.
money
Okay. So moving off the sordid subject of money and hookers, we don't want to go down that road. Let's decide what you're going to do next. It's now sort of 7:20 on Saturday night.
So any of these mundane items that we have, we're happy to hand over. We could give them as a gift. Obviously, you mentioned about one of the tomes. Would she be interested in, as a curiosity, in saying these lion claw gauntlet or the priestly robe?
We would have to ask her, wouldn't we? But
Mm.
I think the clue is in exactly what you said. Why would she be impressed with mundane items if she's as powerful and knowledgeable as people make out?
Yes, that would be more of a curiosity
It'd be
than
more of
have
an
real
insult.
value.
Well, we don't know until we meet her, do we? We could. Jacob could position himself as an antiquities dealer with access to a wide catalogue of artistic and esoteric objects from across the globe, and take a list of the items that we have to her and see if there are any that she wishes to purchase. That would be our in.
Yeah, that sounds good. Really good idea.
We don't actually want to give her any of the items.
Why not?
But we still have use for them.
No, we wouldn't give her the items that we needed. We'd give her the items that we no longer required. It's the reason why I suggested that we offer her or sell her one of the books that has been read and we have gained all the knowledge that we need from. Otherwise, we're just carrying something around that we no longer need and is a risk to us. But certainly, I wouldn't give something away which would potentially be of future use. We haven't wrung every last piece of knowledge from.
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to complete a single book yet. I guess I'm still trying to work my way through the Book of Zidian.
Yeah.
Telephone rings.
Might this be Miss Lee? I'll answer the phone. Good evening.
Good evening. This is reception. Is that Mr. Lockhart?
It is.
Have a telephone call, Mr. Lockhart, from Mr. John Smith. Shall I put him through?
John Smith. Oh, yes. Please do.
You hear the click. You hear a
Good
voice.
evening.
American voice. Hotel Indigo, room 41, 9 p.m. The line goes dead.
I suspect that was our Mr. Brady. Short and sweet. Hotel Indigo, room 41, 9 p.m. We've been summoned.
Well, could be Mr. Brady. It could be the gentleman that's been hunting us.
Mr. Stanford, possibly?
Exactly so.
Mr. Stanford, we're not entirely sure that he is.
What was the
Brady.
room number?
41.
41.
Was I correct in that Stanford is or is not Brady? Miss Lee confirm that?
Sorry, what makes you think that they are one and the same?
It was a question.
No,
she was not. Was she not questioned by Mr. Stanford, and that's where she lost some of her time?
yes.
Stanford
And you think that Stanford is Brady?
It could be. So I'm assuming that she didn't recognise him as Brady. Could he be in disguise?
My assumption was that Stanford was somebody who was trying to hunt down Brady himself and wasn't the same person. I could be entirely wrong on that.
We did show her the photo of Brady, didn't we?
Yes.
Yep.
I think
Just running through possibilities.
Yeah, she's probably astute enough not to realise if it was him.
Also, if he's in hiding, he would. And if that was him, why would he meet up with her? And he had 3 henchmen waiting outside. So that doesn't tally with the Brady that we know about.
Who was this that called? Stanford's an American. Am I correct on that?
We don't know. That's
We
an
don't know.
assumption.
Brady is. It was an American accent.
When Miss Lee met Stanford, was he American?
Not sure she said.
She didn't. Not that I recall.
Well,
Oh,
let's
no,
head
she
to
did, she
Hotel
did.
Indigo and find out if some bodies are going to get dropped in room 41 or not.
She did describe Sanford as American and an old friend of Brady's.
Well, your memory is better than mine. So I think it's more likely that that's Stanford rather than Brady, because Brady wouldn't know where we were. Stanford would.
And Stanford has Miss Lee.
Yes.
Why does the Hotel Indigo ring a bell?
Yeah, I recognised it as well, but I can't recall why.
Well, that makes 3 of us then.
Does it mean anything with you, Bert?
It weirdly rings a bell, but I don't know why either.
Oh,
Where did we meet Lynn? Where did we nip in?
Is that where we met her? Did we meet her in the
Miss Lee said that she met Stanford.
Stanford.
at the Hotel Indigo? Well,
Okay. Okay, so it's highly likely to be Stanford then.
Another thought I had: could Stanford be Carlisle?
why don't we meet him and ask him?
That's what
Just-
I was saying.
We know he has magical ability, don't we? Miss Lee mentioned that.
Why would Carlisle be here? Last
I
we
just,
heard, Carlisle was in Kenya.
Sorry, I'm just going to clarify a couple of pieces here that you would know, or you assumed you. The Hotel Indigo is the hotel that you went into where with Miss Lee.
Right,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
The Bar
That's
Rouge
what I
was
thought.
Bar Rouge was the name of the place that she
Ah,
that she
yeah.
met him.
Okay.
Damn us and our terrible note taking. Well, Sir Redwood, unless there are any other random Americans you think he could be, perhaps we should go and meet him.
Okay, so it's about 7:30 now, and the meeting is going to be at 9:00. Is there anything that you want to do between now and then, or are we just gonna wait and then head off?
I'm gonna dismantle, service, clean my pistol.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything else?
I think at the very least, anyone who is wearing any protective items should check that they're still in place. The pair of scepters. Lucky, do you have those?
I have everything. Everything that I need, everything that is required.
Would request the use of either those or the Nyambi scepter before we go to meet Mr. Stanford. I think we should be as prepared and as fortified as we can. Should he attempt to bewitch us?
Yeah, I'll take the. I'll give you the Nyambi scepter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do feel as if we are rather walking into the lion's den. Is there any way to secure the chest here? We leave? Anything else we could do? Move it to another room tonight.
Maybe the hotel has a strong room. We could ask them.
Well, let's do that.
Okay. So you're going to telephone down, are you, or are you going to go down?
Telephone down.
Good evening, sir. Reception.
Good evening. We have a large chest containing valuable items. I was wondering whether the hotel had a strong room that we could deposit it in. We don't feel that it would necessarily be safe in our room.
Of course, sir. Of course, yes. Would you like me to send somebody up to collect it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
No problem, sir. I will do that post haste.
And as well as all the scepters, I think we should take the powder of Ibn Ghazi. It's not too large, is it, Darren?
What?
The powder that enables us to see invisible entities.
It's not too large. No.
How large is it? A pint?
It's a bucket.
Yeah, is it a pint
No.
or does it civilian?
Yeah, it's probably about a pint in terms of the size of the tankard.
What does that do?
It allows us to view invisible things. It's a
Oh, yes, I remember. You don't say more. I remember.
It's a bag. It's a bag of flour.
Yes, cool. Fine. Moving on. And by moving on, I mean moving on to room 41 of the Hotel Indigo.
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to head out then.
Yes.
Cool.
We're going to go. Are we going equipped, armed?
Absolutely.
What?
Okay.
Pistols?
Handguns.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Pistols, walking stick, and
Check it's loaded.
before we enter the hotel, I will use the 9B scepter.
Okay. Charge yourself up, invoking the dark powers. Okay, the hotel is about a 15-minute walk hotel or a 5-minute tuk-tuk ride, depending on which way you want to go. Are you walking, or you?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay.
So you make your way down an uneven street that runs parallel to the river that you remember from when you visited this place last time. You head just a few blocks inland from the Bund, and the glamour kind of begins to fade a little bit. The buildings are closer together. The Hotel Indigo, it's kind of more of a modern boutique type hotel, so not the kind of grand hotel that you're staying in, or like some of the other ones on the Bund, but it's not seedy by any means, but it's a little bit more down market than some of those others. There's a neon sign above the door with the hotel's name on it. You head toward. You can see the front of the hotel has a revolving door. There's a car which idles at the curb, a driver with a window down smoking, and there are two men standing by the door. They look like dock workers. They're just smoking and chatting.
I'll have a careful look at them. They look as if they might be armed.
You don't see any visible signs that they're armed, and they did kind of look back at you with a quizzical, annoyed look, the way that you're kind of looking them up and down. But no, you don't think they're armed. You're just going to head straight in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you head into the lobby. The reception desk is a long slab of kind of dark wood, and it's quite warm in here. Ceiling fan doesn't seem to be working, and there's a single bartender polishing glasses over the other side of the lobby, and a single a man working on the reception. There's a staircase and a lift across the far side.
I'll head over to the receptionist. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How can I help you?
We're here to meet one of your guests, room 41.
Yes, sir. That is fine.
We'll head up. Just point us in the right direction, would you?
He just points to the staircase. 41 is on third floor, sir.
Thank you. I'll head up.
Okay, you head past the lift and go up the stairs. Okay, you head up the staircase. The staircase is old and quite creaky, as a thick carpet, which is quite threadbare down its centre, where many feet have travelled up and down over the years. You ignore the second floor and you come to the third floor. The stairs open out onto a wide landing. There look to be half a dozen rooms, which are doors which open onto this landing. And number 41, as soon as you get to the top of the stairs, you look straight across the landing and you can see the door, number 41.
Well, no time like the present, gentlemen. We're going to head in.
I think we're going to knock. We're expecting this to be an ambush, are we not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll knock on the door and stand slightly to the side of the door.
Oh, I'm standing way back to the side. What are the walls made out of?
Could we try room 40?
They are wooden.
Yeah, I want to stand way out of the way just in case somebody decides to shoot through the wall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You've knocked on the door. There is no answer.
Handle.
Careful. It could be booby trapped if the expectation is that we're going to let ourselves in.
Let's see if it's unlocked or not.
Well, by trying the handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wince and stand further back.
The door. So you're standing at the door. Where are the rest of you? Where are the other two of you standing?
I'm standing as far back as I can at the point where I realise that Bert's going to try the handle.
So as far back as you can. We'll be right back at the head of the staircase then.
Yep.
Okay, right back across the landing.
Jacob still to the side of the door where he was.
Okay.
I'm back as far as Lucky is.
I'm going to make sure my gun's handy. Got a bad feeling about it.
So what I'm hearing is that is that Lucky and Sir Edward are right back at the head of the staircase. Bert is trying the door, and I'm hearing that Jacob is next to the door, like with kind of pressed flat against the wall. Is it?
No, just standing to the side,
Okay.
just close-ish to the wall, but not sort of pressed up against it.
In the wall of the room 41 or the room next door?
41.
Okay. The door is not locked, Bert. You try the handle, but you push it ever so slightly to see whether it's locked, and it isn't.
Jacob. It's not locked.
Open it.
Okay. I'll open it.
Okay. Okay, the room inside is spartanly furnished. You glance around. Everything seems to be in order. But then your eyes are drawn to the bed. You're horrified to see the body of Miss Lynn lying on the bed, face up, staring at the ceiling, her eyes wide open. Both of her arms have been chopped off, and blood completely soaks the whole of the bed. Can you make a listen roll, please, everybody?
Jacob's an ordinary success.
Okay.
Fail.
Actually, yeah. Okay. Fail.
Edward, a hard success.
I'm down the stairs.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's part bat.
Okay. If you can make it's either a listen or a spot. So if you failed your listen, you can make a spot roll as well. In fact, everybody can roll spot as well. Tell me whether they get a better result on that.
Tell me what's going on, Jacob. I've failed both mine.
Yeah, so did I.
Got ordinary success as well.
No, the spot.
Okay.
This
So
kind
you
of
got this.
feels like beetles are going to appear any minute given the quality of the rolls.
What did Sir Edward get?
90.
Failed his spot, but he passed. Listen, got a hard success for listen.
Okay. Right. That's good. Right. Just suddenly, 3 of the other doors that are on the landing of where you currently are burst open, and you see 3 Chinese. Oh, you assume they're cultists. They just come charging out of the doors. They're wearing kind of voluminous yellow and red robes. Well, not kind of clothing, baggy clothing, and they're all brandishing sickles. So, Bert, Lucky, you are caught by surprise. Obviously, Bert, you're already in the room. But Sir Edward and Jacob, you're not caught by surprise, which means that let's see who's going to react first. What's Sir Edward's dex? So I haven't made a note of it yet on my crib sheet. I imagine it's. Pardon?
52.
52. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Jacob's a bit quicker.
You said you had your firearm out, didn't you?
Handy, yeah. I had my hand on it, ready to draw it.
Okay. So you didn't actually have it in your hand, did you? It was like literally you had your hand on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about Sir Edward? You didn't
No,
know.
his pistol was in his pocket, but he had his stick in his hand.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so Jacob, you react first. There's a crazed cultist brandishing a terrible-looking sickle, charging in your direction. He's literally across the landing. You manage to pull your gun out. What are you going to do?
Open fire. Is
Okay.
this point-blank range?
Yes, it will be point-blank range.
I always forget this. Does that mean I can take 3 shots with no penalty?
Yeah, you lose a penalty die for being at point-blank range.
So ordinarily I'd get a penalty for taking 3 shots, but because it's full part.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So I'll take 3 shots at the closest one. The one is
Yeah. Okay. The one that's running
nearest
straight at you.
Yeah. First one is a hard success.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Good.
And to roll damage. 4.
Okay. Bullet slams into that one, into the shoulder of that one. Yeah. Roll. You took 3 shots, didn't you?
Yeah. Ordinary success this time.
Okay.
7.
Okay. I need to make a con roll for that one.
Have I got time to make a sidelong glance at Bert?
Not.
No,
Hold on,
it's not really joking.
Okay. Okay, he's still conscious. He's been hit twice, but he's still running.
Take the third.
Okay.
Take the third shot. I just miss him this time.
Okay. So Sir Edward is not next. So one of them, the one that's charging directly at you, is right in front of you now. He swings his sickle at you. Let's just get this. That's that. Yeah. Are you going to try and dodge or fight back, Jacob?
Dodge.
Okay, make a dodge roll, please.
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm afraid the sickles hit you.
Ouch.
You take 6 damage. If that's more than half of your hit points, then you need to make a con save.
It is, unfortunately. Oh, I failed by 1. No, failure.
Okay. The cultist comes flying through the door, runs through, being hit by 2 bullets, still screaming, raises his sickle, and it's with a terrible swing. You put your hands up to try and dodge out of the way, and his sickle comes straight through your defences, crashes down onto your shoulder, and that's the last you remember. You just crumple to the ground. Terrible pain. You remember the searing pain as you fall to the ground. Okay. Leech, you're at the top of the stairs, aren't you?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So a similar thing happens to you in as much as a cultist comes sprinting forward out of the door towards you, and you didn't have. Sorry.
But with Sir Edward, he wasn't surprised, but does he get to act?
He gets to act in a minute once they've acted, because his dex is lower than theirs.
I see.
Yeah, and he yeah. Okay.
You're waiting.
So-
I'm surprised.
Yeah, you're surprised. Which means you can't make a dodge roll either, I don't think.
I'm just going to stand there and get hit in the face, aren't I?
Basically. He swings his sickle as it charges forward. I'm afraid that's a hit as well.
Gold.
You take 7 damage.
Yeah, I dropped 2. Oh, no, I don't. I might, maybe I don't.
You need to make a con roll.
Oh, this isn't good. It's going to end badly. Yeah, no, I drop.
It's a very big number.
Okay, you're
80,
unconscious.
81.
Yeah. Okay, and lastly, Sir Edward, the occultist runs out of the door closest to the top of the staircase. You weren't surprised, so you can try and fend off his attacks as you try and draw your weapon. So, do you want to dodge or do you want to fight back?
I would like to fight back.
Okay, make a brawl roll then, please,
Um,
or a melee roll. It's a brawl
Yeah.
roll. Yeah.
Melee.
Or have you got a stick?
Oh.
You said you were using a stick,
Yeah,
didn't you?
I have my walking stick.
Yeah, so you're
So
gonna use that. Yeah.
I will. Can I grab hold of the stick with one hand and pull it with the other? Pull the top of it with the other,
Okay.
and reveal my sword stick
Super. Okay. And
underneath.
you do that then, and you're going to try and. So the first thing you've got to do is try and parry. Or you're actually going to try and use it to fight back. So make the fight back
Yeah,
roll.
so I have to use that to fight back.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
undrawn. Okay.
Make your roll then.
That is a success.
It's an ordinary success, yeah.
Ordinary success.
Okay. And his is an ordinary success as well, which means can't remember whether it's a miss or a hit. I always forget that. Hold on. If you get the same successes and you both used, I think if it's a dodge and you get the same, you fail. But can anybody remember that?
What, weapon versus weapon?
No, if you both you've got a standard success for both
Hold on.
on an attack and a fight back.
The crib sheet under fight back says highest level of success wins. Draw.
Okay,
Initiator wins.
Okay, there you go. Thanks. That's what I wanted to find. Initiator, which is the attacker. So unfortunately, he wins. If you'd have dodged, then you'd have won. But because you fought back, he wins.
Okay.
Which means that he hits you with his sickle for 5 damage. Is that sufficient to prompt a con roll for you?
That's half. Does it have to be over half?
No, it has to be half.
Right, make a con roll. It is a success.
Okay, so you don't fall unconscious. Right. Okay. So they've all acted. So Sir Edward, you now get a chance to attack back, but before that happened, oh no, that's right. Yeah, because Bert, were you surprised, Bert? Yeah, you failed.
I
Didn't
I
you?
got
Yeah.
bloody shocked, mate.
Okay, so Sir Edward, you're fighting back. You've seen your two friends fall with gore everywhere. You've got your sword stick in your hand. You just received a heavy blow from this terrible sickle that the cultist is wielding. Are you going to try and stab him?
No, I will step back a pace,
Mm-hmm.
close my eyes briefly, and then from my shirt, in my chest, you see a beam of pale star-like radiance erupt from the star underneath my shirt, which will blast directly at the one who's just hit me.
Okay. The radiance hits the cultist directly in the chest and begins to burn through his clothes and skin. So can you roll the damage?
9 damage.
9.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. He looks down at his chest and screams in agony as the skin is being burnt away. There's quite a big hole in his chest, and he just collapses, unconscious.
I guess I can't do anything else.
You can move.
So Lucky's fallen down.
Both Lucky and Jacob. But Jacob's collapsed over by the door.
And
Lucky is by you, and it's
near
fallen
him.
down. Yeah, there's a cultist near him, and there's also a cultist standing over Lucky as well, which is pretty much right next to you. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So can I move towards Bert?
Well, Bert's over the other side of Bert's in the same area as Jacob, isn't he? Because Jacob was standing outside the door of the room that Bert's in.
Yeah. So there's one near Bert.
Yeah, one standing over Jacob.
Yep.
It was more or less in the doorway of the room that Bert's in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, if I get closer to Bert, so that's what I'll move. And
so if you can move across the landing but obviously if you want to get to Bert, you've first got to get past the cultist that's standing over Jacob, because that's right next to the door.
I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought he was standing outside the room. But
no, he's in the room.
I went in. I'm standing next to the body with no arms.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will stand where I am.
Okay.
And point my stick at the one that attacked Lucky.
Yeah, who's right next to you, pretty much, anyway.
Who's right next to me. But I can't attack him. And I'll just shout at him, run, or you will burn.
Okay. Right, so that's the end of this. We'll start again. Right, Bert, you can now act at the beginning of the next round.
Well, I shall raise my trusty Colt 1911 and shoot the cultist in the doorway.
Okay. Yeah, you can just see he's kind of... you've literally just seen him slam his sickle down on top of Jacob, and you turn, and you can see he staggers back a little bit. Okay, make a to hit roll, please. Again, this is point blank range. You're right close to him.
Yeah, 3 shots. Miss. It's going brilliantly.
Whoa.
Right, okay.
If only you had a shotgun with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right, okay. That's that. So now, cultist act. So the one who you just shot at 3 times, he kind of... You see a big, wide grin appear on his face as he obviously feels that his... whatever he worships is protecting him. You see bullets kind of missing all around him, and he charges forward, screaming something in Chinese with raising his blood-covered sickle. Are you going to fight back or dodge?
Fight back.
Okay, you're going to use the gun, I suppose, are you, to try and hit him with?
Yep.
Okay, roll your fight back then.
That's a brawl. Pistol whip, I presume.
Yep.
Oh. 87 is less than ideal, although
Ooh.
I'm happy with the 90 that you rolled. That's good work.
Okay, so Yeah, you both kind of circle in the room, slashing, and but he's slashing at you. You're kind of trying to block him with your pistol, trying to club him with the pistol, but neither of you get a clean hit in. Meanwhile, across the other side of the landing, the cultist that's standing over Lucky's body turns to meet your threats, Sir Edward. Let me see. Okay, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't seem. He doesn't take your advice and run. Instead, he looks to swing his sickle at you again, seeing that you're already badly injured. Do you want to fight back or dodge?
It seems that dodging's more successful, isn't it?
Well, dodging is better. If you both get the same level of success, then dodging works. That's how that works.
Because it's a lower risk but less reward as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because you don't get any. Obviously, don't do any damage to him because
Yeah,
fighting back is
depends-
effectively a bonus attack, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends.
Also,
what
it
you're good
matters
at as
how
well.
good
Okay.
also matters how good your dodge skill is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I fought back the other guy, though, I had a success. I didn't injure him.
No, because he got a success
Because
as
he
well.
got
So,
a better success.
yeah, that's what we're just saying. If both levels of success are the same, and you've both chosen, if you chose to fight back, then you lose. If you'd have chosen dodge, and both levels of success are the same, then you would have managed to dodge. That's the trade-off between not attacking back. If you attack back, you've got to beat their level of success to be able to injure them.
Okay. In that case, I'll dodge
so-
this time.
Cool. Okay.
Hang on, anyway.
76. Okay. Okay.
I'll take that 98.
We needed that.
Hold on a second. Just need to check something. It's actually, with that particular weapon, that's actually a fumble. Which means that I'm going to say that he swings at you. You were trying to dodge out of the way, which you didn't make a particularly good job of. But as with the extra aggression that he was swinging with to try and finish you off, the sickle has just slipped from his grasp and has rolled down the stairs. He's now standing in front of you with nothing in his hands. So it's your attack.
Okay. And I draw my pistol and shoot him at point blank range.
You can.
And if it involves dropping my sword stick, then I will.
Yeah, he's going to try. If you're going to do that, because you're right next to him, he's going to try and fight back. In other words, he's going to try and grab your pistol as you draw it out.
Okay, in that case, then I will move away from him and then draw my pistol.
Yeah, he can
I'll
still.
run a couple of steps and then.
Yeah, he can still do it though. You can't. You're in. He can just run with you if you do that. He's going to try and fight back. So.
Okay. I'll still draw my pistol and shoot him.
You'd have to drop your sword stick for that anyway.
Yeah, it's your action actually. So I think what you could do.
Yep.
I think it's a fair tactic. You could back off with your pistol out and get some distance between you and him, and then fire at it. I think that's a fair tactic. Bearing in mind he's just fumbled as well, so he'll be massively off balance. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Or if he's just fumbled and fallen over, will that give me any bonuses to?
Well, he hasn't fallen over.
You're
He's just
going
lost.
extra. You go for extra falling, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just dropped his weapon. That's all he's done.
He's dropped his weapon. He's off balance, and therefore you've which gives you the opportunity to put some distance between you and him, and then you can fire.
I shall do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'll get some distance and then shoot him.
Yeah.
So
It's still point blank range.
yeah, so point blank range is a bonus
Mhm.
die, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you have 2 shots, that negate it.
Yeah, that means there'll be no penalty, no bonus.
I'll do that, and I'll take 2 shots. No, you know what? I'll just take the 1 shot with the bonus die.
Okay, go on then. Yeah,
Thanks.
it's good.
Bonus die.
Okay.
It is then 3.
Choice.
59, so that is a normal hit.
Okay, so normal success. Your bullet hits. Roll the damage.
11.
Okay. You hit him in the neck, and there's an eruption of blood as the bullet passes straight through his neck and pierces his carotid artery, and he just collapses to the ground, bleeding out. Okay.
That's me done.
You finished. There's only one cultist left now, which is the one that Bert is just about to shoot at again, I believe.
To do it as effectively as last time? I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay, so you're right. Again, you're in melee with him.
Mhm.
So you can either try and put some distance between yourself and him and shoot, which means you won't get the bonus die for being in melee. But the plus to that is he won't be able to try and grab the gun when you're shooting.
Sorry, I don't understand. The bonus die for being in melee.
Being in point blank. Currently, you're in point blank range because you're right next to him. Which means, but ordinarily, if you're in point blank range, it means
Oh.
that he can. When you try and shoot him, he can try and grab the weapon.
Yeah, I'm going
Okay.
to do that. I'm going to just shoot him from where I am.
Okay.
He's already
Okay.
taken 2 bullets, this guy, hasn't he? From
Yeah, he
Jacob.
has.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, well, I've started with a
Yay.
2. I believe a 2 is good.
I think that
Okay,
is
I
good.
think that's gonna. Well, even if he rolls a 1, that's not going to help him. So yeah, because it's okay, that's critical and impale,
Okay.
lots of damage.
But just for fun, I missed with the next one, and that is a hard success for that one as well. So an impale
All the damage.
So the impale is 12 plus 8, so 20,
Okay, yeah.
and then the other one is another 10.
Okay, you basically just shot him in the face from about an inch away. His head just exploded, collapses to the ground, and everything is suddenly eerily silent with blood everywhere.
I'll look over at Bert.
Edward, get lucky.
Point at. You're pointing at Lucky. I'm pointing at Jacob.
Well, I'm going to get Jacob. You get lucky.
Yeah. I'll bend down, check to see if Lucky's okay. Well, if he's breathing, it's obviously not okay.
He's not okay. He's got a horrible gash, which is still bleeding, but he is breathing. And he makes a noise, like almost kind of starts to come half round.
They came out of other doors, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Which means there are other rooms that are open. So grab Lucky and Jacob and take them into one of the other rooms, put them down, and start to do first aid, patch them up.
Okay,
one on the landing.
You can hear some
him.
shouting and some kind of commotion from downstairs in the hotel as you and the floors below.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Which means you just want to put them in a room, close the door. This is our room now, and leave perhaps close room 41 as well. But we don't have time to tidy the bodies up. We're just going to go into one of the rooms and try and fix the guys.
Okay, so you're going to go into one of the rooms, say room 39, and you are going to take all of you in there, leaving everything else as it is. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Who's going to do first aid on who? Because Sir Edward, you're quite badly injured as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am also injured.
I've got Jacob, which he'll be really pleased of because I've rolled 95. Sorry, homeboy.
Okay, but your attentions do have the plus side to actually bringing him round from his unconscious state.
Yeah.
Screaming in agony as you shove your fist into the wound.
Does this look infected? Poke, poke, poke.
And I shall try on Lucky. And
that's cool, Buck. Both got 9s and 5s though. Just the other way around.
59. It's not good enough.
Okay, yeah. I mean, the wounds, they're terrible, kind of jagged wounds from these sickle things that they're using. It's really hard. I mean, you can manage to kind of stem the blood just about, but that's all you can do. You're both conscious now. Both Lucky and Jacob are conscious, but very, very badly, very poorly, in fact.
I'm just going to lie there. Not even going to say anything.
Okay. We might have to draw the curtain on this terrible scenario then, if that's the case. Is that you just going to wait for help to come, or what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to ask Bert if he can see to my wound.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not. More terrible rolling.
Yeah, I mean, the best you can do, as I said, is to stop the bleeding for all of you. So you're not in danger of dying. But other than that, it's not looking good currently.
If this is what it turns out like when we know it's a trap, just imagine what would happen if we walked into one we didn't know it was a trap.
That was bloody close. They're losing all of us, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was probably, if I'm honest, I think it was that roll away from when the one on the stairs missed Sir Edward when I rolled 98. Because if he'd have hit that, Sir Edward would have died probably. That would have left. I mean, I know, but they would have left 2 against Bert. So which.
So a fair fight.
Yeah, it says the man who missed 3 times in a row with in the first round.
But
You got all the bad rolls out of the way to start with.
That's the point where Bert jumps out the window.
So what is it? Okay, so what you're doing now then? And you can hear the commotion downstairs. You can hear shouting. You can hear doors slamming, and eventually you start to hear like footsteps charging up the staircases. Are you just going to stay in the room that you're in?
We need to get. I'll come around slightly. We need to get away. We can't get involved in this. Did the reception saw us coming up, didn't they? Did they?
Yeah,
What
they
room
did,
we went? Yeah.
Yeah, you told them which room you're going to.
We're on the third. We're on the third floor.
Maybe we just talk to the police and claim that it's another attack by the China vigilantes.
I think they're going to believe us that we were attacked.
Yes. Well, exactly. Let a bunch of let's deal with the police then.
Okay.
When the time comes.
You sit tight and you wait for the police to come. Right, fine. That will be the end of today's session then.
Very nearly the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit hairy. When Bert missed with all 3 of those shots, I was like, shit, we don't need. When 2 had already gone down, then he missed those 3. I'm like, we don't need that now.
Well, yeah, two getting surprised and dropping before any response.
Yeah. What's the chance of missing a listen and a spot roll as well?
Yeah, pretty high. First man.
As you said, it was scarab beaching time territory. Wasn't it?
as it turns out, it was 50-50.
Yeah, you're good at maths, aren't you?
Oh dear. Well, we live to fight another day.
Yes.
Because we didn't fight this day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Live to
dear.
get arrested another day.
Well, yeah.
I think it's fair to say we are really up against it. Let's see how we can possibly get out of this sticky situation next week on Steady Rolling Man Presents The Masks of Nyarlathotep.